I almost forgot to mention I became an auntie overnight. Grandchild number 16 for my husband's parents came into the world, little Lauren Elizabeth. So we're very, very excited about that. And I'm excited about what you're cooking today. Chef Robert Cillizza is back from the City Dock restaurant. And we're making the perfect steak. And that means whatever your favorite kind of steak is. And you're going to start with us right at the butcher shop, the grocery store, on how to buy a good steak. Because if you can't do that, making it, you know, the technique may not matter if you've bought a bad steak.
It's an honor to go ahead and talk about certified Angus beef. Probably to compare so you understand is that, like General Motors, they make a bunch of cars, but what's their best car? The Cadillac. Well, this is the Cadillac of meat.
All right.
I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. Certified Angus beef is owned by the American Angus Association. It has 33,000 ranchers. And you have to be licensed to be able to sell this, so that makes it a lot better. Right in the world right now, there's only 13,500 restaurants and hotels that actually serve certified Angus beef, and we're proud to be one of them.
The Sheraton is one of them.
The Sheraton is one of them.
So what makes it so great?
Well, when you look at
What's the difference?
Certified Angus beef guarantees that every piece of meat that you eat will be juicy and tender, and the reason is because of the marbling. The marbling is like confetti. If you have confetti and just throw it on the meat, you'll see the little specks. That flavors and makes it juicy when you cook it.
Now, when you say marbling, those specks, I mean, it's fat, right?
It's actually fat, but it's distributed in a certain way. Less than 8% of the, say like you have 100 cows, only 8% are selected to become certified Angus beef. You'll go to a store and you'll see Angus burgers, you'll see Angus, black Angus. Well, the cow is actually completely black, the skin on the outside, the hide. But that's where the black Angus and the Angus comes from. When it goes to the slaughterhouse, then the inspectors are inside and they're looking for the marbling, they're looking for the texture, and that tells them these are the ones that we're going to use for certified Angus beef.
We are bordering on more than I want to know about what, about what happens.
Well,
are we going to pay a little more for this?
You're going to spend a little bit more money.
Is it going to be worth it?
But it'll be very much worth it.
All right, so look for that evenly dispersed marbling. These are the examples of the not certified Angus.
Not certified. You have three choices. You have the select, you have the choice, and you have the prime. This is a cut above all those brands.
Okay.
And it's really great. I mean, it's something that you really, really want to buy and enjoy on the grill at night or at home. And I brought pans that you can buy anywhere.
Yeah, these are kind of neat.
You can grill in the house, and it has, the gas comes up through it, or the regular heat, and you can grill right in home with them.
Wow.
It's really
all right,
nice.
And you're going to use those today?
You're going to use these today to cook with, yes.
Okay, and you've got a couple different kinds of steaks here.
These are the New York strip steaks, and this is your tenderloin, your filet of tenderloin of beef.
Is that what you would recommend?
Absolutely. Now, for the women, they love the ribeye steak. It has a little bit more fat to it, but it's a lot more tender for the money that you're going to spend.
Okay.
But anything that you buy certified Angus beef, you're never going to make a mistake.
That's my favorite right there.
I figured it would be. I figured it would be.
Okay, so what is the key then to getting it, to cooking a good steak? Do you marinate, tenderize, or is there not a need?
A lot of people will put it right on the grill. I prefer another example is if you were going to burn your finger. Okay, you burn your finger on the stove and you take your finger off, automatically it blisters and there's water inside.
Yeah.
Well, that's searing the meat. That's exactly the same thing that you do with your steak.
Okay.
You sear it first before you put it on the grill, and it seals in the juices as you're cooking it.
Okay, so that's a little trick that you would do even if you weren't going to use one of these inside things. If you're going to cook outside, you still would give it a quick sear.
I'd give it a quick sear first. Now, usually on most of your grills, you have a flat sheet grill that you can sear first before you grill. And that's the recommended way to cook certified Angus beef.
Okay, and we're going to get into as well in the next segment the how to know whether
cooking, marinating, and how to cook the temperature.
Yeah, because people are, will say medium rare. This is where a lot of folks get confused is because we're told to cook meat and then let it rest before you cut it.
That's for your roasts and stuff, not for your steaks.
Not for steaks. Okay,
no,
so you can check and see if they're well done.
But I'll show you a way how to do it that you don't even have to touch the meat.
Okay. We also want to thank you. You brought breakfast sandwiches as usual today and a whole bunch of cookies over there,
that's just to tease you. So those that are on diets, I'm going to make sure that Jenny Craig has business.
It does. Okay. All right. All right. Chef Robert Cillizza from City Dock Restaurant at Sheraton Waterside. Again, a hotel serving the certified Angus beef. And we've got more tips coming up on how to prepare these lovely steaks when we come back. That is what we call a beauty shot there that our roaming cameraman John Dagan just got of our lovely steaks, and you got some vegetables going too. And I wasn't sure about these little green things that you brought to grill on the stovetop with gas. but they are great. And it's the gas right from the burner of the stove. There's nothing in
And
there.
it just comes right up into the cone of the pan.
Wow.
And you can put a lid on it as you start and take it off for the final cooking.
All right, so you just crank it up to high, and it's an open flame, just like outside.
You know, a lot of people like to marinate their steaks, but certified Angus beef, you don't have to marinate it. Only thing that we use is the essence of Montreal seasoning that we use, and you season as you go, of course. And of course, as I said before, you know, heat expands, cold contracts, so when it's hot, it's open, and that's when you want to season it.
What about turning it over?
I just turned it once already. You can see the mark starting, and then we'll go ahead into the second part. Once it cooks a little bit more, I'll turn it again.
Now, there's some kind of trick with your hand, isn't there? As far as telling rare, medium,
now, mostly when you cook, you have little gauges, and you sit there and you're doing all this.
Yeah.
Put your two fingers together and use the heel of your hand. And if you put the first two together, everybody go ahead and do it, and just press. You see how tender it is?
Yeah.
Well, that's rare. Second finger, now it's medium rare. You feel the difference?
Yes.
Then
you've got muscular hands.
Third finger, now you're going to feel medium. Fourth finger, now it's well done.
All right, so wait a second. Well, medium well.
No, it's medium. It's rare, medium, medium, and well.
Rare. Medium and well.
Wow. And you don't ever want to be well. If you eat well, then it's not that well. But because then
if you eat well, you'll be well.
You'll be okay.
Something like that.
You know, just like when...
a lot of folks question the safety of eating rare beef.
I would not recommend it. We don't sell rare beef at our restaurant.
Not like totally rare, like a rarely cooked steak or medium rare.
We have on our menu, it's at your risk.
Okay.
So a lot of people use a Pittsburgh steak. If you don't know what that is, you just take the steak off, take it off, put it right on the fire on the grill. And it's crispy on both sides and cold in the middle. That's what a Pittsburgh steak is. And people love it, but it's also a 22-ounce steak. So you're probably having breakfast, lunch, and dinner at one meal.
Yeah.
So it's really good. You know, when I was in Italy, my grandfather, he had a ton of money. And he got his wife, and he said, listen, when I die, I want you to put all the money in a box and put it in my casket, because I want to take it to the next life. So as a Catholic woman, an Italian, she gave her word. And then when he passed away, she came into the wake, and she had a box. And just before they're getting ready to close the casket, she says, wait a minute. And she put the box inside. They closed it, locked it, and away they went. So my mother said, you actually put the money in there? She said, I gave my word. I'm an Italian, and I'm Catholic, and I have to do that. Well, what did you do? She says, well, I took all the money, put it in my checking account, wrote him a check, put it in a box. Now, if he can cash it wherever he's going, he can use it. And
that's a good one.
The story.
That was one of the better ones. I knew as soon as you said back in Italy, I said, brace yourself. Here we go. All right, let's bring in Josh Hahn now, also from the City Dock Restaurant, the Sheraton Hotel. A good steak just needs a good glass of wine.
That's right.
What would you recommend?
Good morning.
Hi.
Today we have a couple of selections. The first one is from Spain. It's the Bodega Ateca. It's a Grenache from Spain, actually.
Spanish wines are getting really popular now, aren't they?
They are. They're really picking up in popularity. It's the Grenache grape, and it is from northern Spain. It's very fleshy, deep, rich wine, also very fruity. I would definitely pair this with the New York the chef's doing today.
All right.
But think outside of the box. You don't always have to get a Cabernet Sauvignon or a Merlot. With your steak. Try something different, and this is one of those.
Grenache, so what would you pair with the filet then? If that's for the New York?
Actually, I did select a Cabernet Sauvignon from Napa Valley, California, Annabella. Beautiful wine, full-flavored, medium-bodied. A little softer, so for a cab, I think it's going to go great with the beautiful tenderness of that filet. So,
you know, a lot of dishes, a lot of wine folks come in and they say, well, if you like red or if you like white, then this. But with the steak, it's really not. I mean, you got to drink red wine with the steak. Some kind of law, isn't it?
It's all your own personal preference. But, I would definitely go with the reds with this quality of beef. So.
Okay. I'm starting to wish we had a fire extinguisher. I'm concerned about your sleeves here.
The last time you rolled them up, but I just kept them down this time.
Oh, all right.
But I have an apron. We're good.
Are you hiding tattoos up there?
No, I don't have tattoos.
Oh, whatever. He was a Marine. I don't believe him. But that's as far as I'm going to search. All right. We're going to let you keep at it. We're going to plate taste. Josh is going to pour a little wine, and we'll bring this meal together beautifully in our next cooking segment. But right now, it's time for Arts and Crafts with... All right, doesn't that look terrific? We're back in the kitchen with Executive Master Chef of City Dock Restaurant, Robert Cillizza, and also still Josh Haw is here. His wife Kim is here. And Lori Clayton, you know very well. I know Lori's kind of giving Robert the eye, like, I better be able to find a coupon for this cut of meat. But you guys are lucky tasters this morning. So I know you have questions.
Right. Okay, so how am I going to be able to tell the difference? Rare, medium, rare?
Well, rare, of course, you're going to have sort of like the blood on the plate.
Right.
It's the medium rare or to medium. You're going to have very little pink or a good texture of pink, as you see right here. These are the both brands.
Okay.
But go ahead and try it. You're really going to...
Okay.
Try it. I'll hold you up so you don't fall after.
Oh, boy.
How wonderful it is.
Now, you whipped up a couple different potatoes when we were there, too.
I made a Duchess potato. That's just with the sour cream and horseradish and a little bit of herbs. And, of course, I made the oven red wrist potato that we have our own spices that we use. And it's real. And this, of course, here is to tease you, as I had said before.
Looking good. You always take care of us when you bring the sweets here for us and the wine. So what do you guys think?
It's delicious.
It's so good.
Is it good?
It's so tender. It's so good.
I can never go back, honey.
That's right.
Never go back. So when you order certified Angus in the restaurant, does that up the ante with regards to wine pairing now?
I think so, because you're going to pay a little bit more for the better product. And as one of my 7 rules of wine pairing, which is for another show, but one of my 7 rules is always pair great with great. So if you're going to upgrade yourself on the food side, upgrade yourself on the beverage side a little bit too. You're going to have a much more enjoyable experience.
If you're celebrating, just celebrate all the way through.
Exactly.
You know, Cheryl Kelly and I always knew that someone from the Hampton Roadshow was going to get discovered. And it's happened to this guy. You're going to New York City for the Food Network.
Food Network to do their Christmas show with them, yes. It's going to be 19, 20, and 21 December. And I'll be cooking along with the best of the people that are there. And we'll all be doing Italian cooking, what we do for the holidays.
And you were discovered, you know, through the Hampton
Right through
Roadshow
here. Right through here. They saw the tapes and they laughed. And they liked the jokes, and they said, bring your food, bring your humor, and we'll see what happens.
All right,
so
when do we leave? I mean, what do I need to bring?
Yeah, you got tickets for all of us, right, Chef?
Yes.
You only want 2, huh?
So far.
They don't understand that I set you up to spike the ball?
Well, we told them this is a team, so, you know, it's a family, so the family's got to come with me to New York, so we'll see what happens.
They probably heard all the stories about your family in Italy and said, you know what, just come by yourself.
That's probably true.
Well, we're excited for you. We'll put that information on the HamptonRoadshow.com so you can all see our very own Chef Robert. Well, it's the Sheridan Chef Robert on the Food Network for the special Christmas show. Congratulations.